Today on Eagle Nation News, Annika Hankey discusses how your time spent in the traffic on 380 may get a little bit shorter.
Lauren Womack highlights how one student's life changed after facing a terrifying condition. How does the student persevere through the hardest time in his life?
And finally, Maggie Hale is in studio with a recap on last week's Friday Night Lights.
Eagle Nation News starts
right now. Good afternoon, Eagle Nation. Today is Wednesday, October 24th. I'm Madison Wells.
And I'm Annika Hankey. Now let's get into today's top stories.
Jane Buckingham, a Los Angeles-based CEO and author of a known parenting book, was sentenced yesterday to 6 months in prison due to yet another college admissions scam. With the help of a paid associate, she orchestrated the scheme to improve her son's SAT scores by paying a proctor $50,000 to take the exam in place of her son. After acknowledging her conviction, Buckingham readily pleaded guilty in order to make a good example for her children.
The city of Frisco announced that they will be widening Highway 380. The widening of this road will include overpasses at Legacy Drive and Teal Parkway. This should help the traffic with expanding to a 6-lane road. Construction for this project is estimated to begin as early as April 2021.
Now we send it over to Brenna Gibbons with your Fast Forecast.
Thank you, Madison. It is currently 65 degrees and cloudy with the real field temperature not too far away at 64 degrees. There is also currently a wind chill at 8 miles per hour. Starting tonight and continuing into tomorrow, there is a good chance of rain, so make sure to bring an umbrella and warm clothes if you plan on going to the football game tomorrow. The rest of the week will be in the mid-60s and low 70s. With your Fast Forecast, I'm Brenna Gibbons. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Brenna. When we return, find out which actress joined the cast for the new Fast and Furious movie.
Stay tuned. Now, Nate Tompkins is in studio with your Talent Talk, sponsored by Cornbridge Orthodontics.
Originally set to release in April 2019, Fast and Furious 9's release date has been pushed back to May 2020. Justin Lin, director of Fast and Furious 3 through 6, is returning to direct Fast and Furious 9. If you thought the series was nearing its end, it appears that you were wrong, seeing as the production for Fast and Furious 10 has already started with its planned release currently in the spring of 2021. And I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a sequel to the Fast and Furious spin-off, Hobbs and Shaw. Vin Diesel, Michelle Rodriguez, Tyrese Gibson, Jordana Brewster, Ludacris, Helen Mirren, and Charlize Theron are all returning to be a part of Fast 9. If you were keeping track, you might have noticed Dwayne Johnson was not a part of that list. Because they were already preoccupied with filming Hobbs and Shaw, The Rock and Jason Statham will not be a part of the cast of Fast 9. In an Instagram post, The Rock addressed that he wouldn't be a part of the film, but teased his possible return to the series with the quote, "I'll be seeing you soon, Toretto." Fortunately, we have some new additions to the cast of Fast 9 to take their place. The newcomers include actor Finn Cole from Animal Kingdom, Ozuna, rapper Cardi B, and professional wrestler John Cena. In an Instagram post by Vin Diesel, he and Cardi B were on the set in the UK, and Cardi B said she thinks Fast and Furious 9 might be the best one yet. Head over to our Twitter at Eagle Nation News and let us know if you also expect this one to top the rest. Well, it's all the time I have for you today. Back to you guys at the desk.
Receiving a terrifying diagnosis can change a person's life. Lauren Womack has the story on how one prosperous student stayed so positive.
Hi Jackson, it's Jalen Smith of the Dallas Cowboys, and I hear that you're a really big fan of us. I want you to come out to the Star and hang out with us and check out a game as well, because this is your wish. I cannot wait to meet you. Go Cowboys.
Jackson Harrington, one of the most single-handedly sweetest people you ever meet. I have never heard him say anything bad about anyone else. Like, he's very caring and focused on others more than he is himself.
It was his junior year, the year he was focused on shaping his future.
But when everything went down,
something he couldn't control began to take over his life for him. he, instead of sitting back and letting it restrain him, proved his character to himself and others.
For a while, I'd really been having bad headaches and I was feeling really lethargic all the time. And we had seen multiple doctors, multiple pediatricians, and at the time they were just like, well, you're tired, well, you're a teenager and you're having headaches, well, there's really bad allergies in Texas, so everything could be explained.
After having all of his symptoms dismissed, he finally saw one specialist.
A neurosurgeon came up and he basically walked in and he told me, look, we think you have a brain tumor.
At this point, Jackson realized there was good that came from his struggle.
I mean, he's sitting there with all these health issues and he's still reaching out to people and he's still caring for others. I mean, I was so blown away by how like, even though he's going through all of that, like, he was still reaching out to me and like being so encouraging to me. And I was like, wait a minute, no, like, this is like, we need to flip this around because that's not how it should be right now. Like, you're in the hospital, like, I'm just sitting in class.
Proving that even when feeling out of control and overwhelmed, he still prioritizes the relationships he has with the people around him. Jackson had the opportunity to work with the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
After thinking, I figured out that I would love to go to a Dallas Cowboys game. I'm a huge Dallas Cowboys fan and I've never been to a game, so I thought that would be an awesome thing for me to do with my family.
My family. He didn't only want the good for himself, but he wanted to share his wish.
The thing that the experience has really taught me is that nothing is given in life and that each day is a blessing, because I didn't realize in the hospital you hear about people, bad things happening to people, but what I found out in the hospital was that those are real people being affected.
He didn't deserve it, no, but no one else could have handled that better. I would love to be like Jackson Harrington one day.
For Eagle Nation News, I'm Lauren Womack.
Now we send it over to Maggie Hale with your Game Time Sports Update.
Tomorrow, we will see the football team in action during their last regular season away game. They will travel to Plano and take on the winless Plano West. The last time West won a game was in 2016. This shouldn't be a challenge for our 6-1 Eagles. The kickoff will be at 7 p.m., so come on and show out and show your support. If you want to hear more sports like this, be sure to tune in every day for your Sports of the Week. Back to you guys at the desk.
Now that's all the time we have for you today. For Eagle Nation News, I'm Annika Hankey.
And I'm Madison Wells. Live long and prosper.